Robin and John, the race is on for the 2nd District, which Republicans have won in every election since the Civil War. On the Republican side of the race is Tim Burchett, who served as Knox County Mayor from 2010 until earlier this year. Before that, he served in the state legislature from 1995 to 2010. Back in August, Burchett won the GOP primary with 48% of the vote. And on the Democratic side is Hoyos. She served as the executive director of the Tennessee Clean Water Network starting in 2003. During the Democratic primary, she won 72% of that vote.